In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on August 26, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream. The Indiana Fever are gearing up to face off against the Atlanta Dream in what promises to be an engaging and competitive matchup. Both teams are entering this game on the heels of recent losses, with the Fever having suffered a 90-80 defeat on the road against the Minnesota Lynx last Saturday. Meanwhile, the Dream faced a close loss at home on Friday, falling 82-80 to the Phoenix Mercury. Despite both teams being under the .500 mark, they remain in the playoff race, making this matchup all the more significant. The Atlanta Dream have been struggling with their shooting and scoring, ranking last in the league in both categories. However, they make up for some of their offensive shortcomings with a solid defensive effort, ranking 5th in points allowed and 4th in field goal percentage defense. This defensive strength could prove crucial as they face an Indiana defense that is ranked 11th, or next to last, in points allowed. In terms of betting, Atlanta has been more reliable recently, covering the spread in 3 of their last 4 games, with the 4th resulting in a push. Over their last 10 games, they boast a 7-1-2 record against the spread. In contrast, Indiana has been inconsistent in covering the spread, going 2-2 against the spread in their last 4 games and 5-4 against the spread over their last 9. However, Indiana has covered the spread in both head-to-head matchups against Atlanta this season, although it's worth noting that the Dream were missing key players, including their leading scorer Ryan Howard, during those games. The betting line for this game is intriguing. While the Fever have had more success overall this season and have won both previous meetings with the Dream, Atlanta is currently enjoying one of their best stretches of basketball. They've won 3 of their last 4 games and are now just half a game out of a playoff spot. On the other hand, the Fever have struggled on the road with a 5-10 straight-up record in away games. Meanwhile, 6 of Atlanta's 10 wins have come at home, with the Dream showing strong form, especially against the spread, and with playoffs within reach, they are likely to be highly motivated. Therefore, the Atlanta Dream to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When analyzing the 2 previous matchups between the Fever and the Dream this season, these teams have averaged a combined 172.5 points per game. Additionally, both teams have demonstrated strong offensive rebounding capabilities throughout the season, with Indiana ranking 6th in the league with 8.6 offensive rebounds per game, and Atlanta just ahead of them in 5th with 8.7 offensive rebounds per game. Both teams have also struggled with defending against three-pointers, with the Fever allowing a 35.6% opposing three-point shooting percentage, ranking 10th, and the Dream slightly better at 8th with a 34.3% opposing three-point percentage. Given the trends from their previous matchups, which both finished over the projected total, and considering Atlanta's tough defense paired with the pace of the game, it seems likely that the total score will again go over. The Fever have seen the total go over in 5 of their last 7 games, and 19 of their 29 games this season overall have finished over the projected total. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Mystics versus Seattle Storm. The Washington Mystics are set to embark on a road trip to clash with the Seattle Storm in a non-conference matchup scheduled for Monday night at Climate Pledge Arena. Currently, the Mystics find themselves at the bottom of the standings in the Eastern Conference, struggling to gain traction as the season progresses. Meanwhile, the Seattle Storm are in a much stronger position, sitting comfortably in 2nd place within the Western Conference. This contest will be the 4th and final regular season meeting between these 2 teams, adding an extra layer of intrigue as the Storm aim to sweep the season series against Washington. In their previous 3 matchups this season, the Seattle Storm have been dominant over the Washington Mystics, winning each game by an average margin of 16 points. This stark difference between the 2 teams is further underscored by their net ratings. Washington currently ranks 10th in the WNBA with a -6 net rating, highlighting their struggles on both ends of the court. In contrast, the Storm are ranked 4th in the league with a solid 6.9 net rating, showcasing their consistency and overall performance. One critical factor contributing to this disparity is each team's ability to capitalize on turnovers. The Mystics have had significant difficulties in this area, surrendering a league-worst 19 points per game off turnovers. On the other hand, the Storm have been far more efficient, ranking 6th in the WNBA by allowing only 15 points off turnovers per game. Although the Mystics managed to secure a victory in their most recent game, it came against the equally struggling Los Angeles Sparks, which doesn't necessarily inspire confidence. In contrast, the Seattle Storm defeated the Mystics in their previous matchup on the road, extending their winning streak against Washington to 3 games this season. Seattle has been particularly formidable on their home court, boasting an impressive 11-3 record at Climate Pledge Arena. Meanwhile, the Mystics have struggled significantly on the road, managing just a 3-11 record away from home, with only 2 of those victories coming against playoff-bound teams. Given Seattle's depth, overall health, and the advantage of playing at home, it seems highly likely that the Storm will clinch their 4th consecutive win over the Mystics. Therefore, the Seattle Storm to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the defensive side of the ball, both teams have experienced difficulties in making crucial stops in recent games. The Mystics have been allowing an average of 85 points per game over their last 3 contests, indicating a defensive slump. Similarly, the Storm have not fared much better, giving up an average of 84 points per game in their previous 4 outings. A key factor contributing to these defensive lapses is the high number of fouls committed by both teams. Washington ranks 11th in the WNBA, allowing their opponents an average of 20.7 trips to the free throw line per game. While Seattle fares slightly better in this department, they still allow 18.6 free throw attempts per game. Additionally, both teams have been playing at a fast pace, which has contributed to the increased scoring. The Mystics rank 5th in the league with a 97.24 pace, while the Storm are even faster, ranking 2nd nationally with a 98.29 pace. Taking all these factors into account, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Liberty versus Phoenix Mercury. The New York Liberty are gearing up to face the Phoenix Mercury on Monday night in a non-conference showdown at the Footprint Center. The Liberty, fresh off a disappointing 72-64 home loss against the Connecticut Sun on Saturday, are eager to bounce back. Meanwhile, the Mercury are coming off a thrilling 82-80 road victory over the Atlanta Dream on Friday. This matchup marks the 3rd and final meeting between these teams this season, and the winner will clinch the season series. When it comes to overall performance this season, these 2 teams are on entirely different planes, as their net ratings clearly illustrate. New York is leading the WNBA with a dominant 12.5 net rating, showcasing their superiority, while Phoenix finds themselves in the middle of the pack, sitting at 6th with a minus 1.5 net rating. One of the key factors for success in this game will be the ability to secure offensive rebounds. The Liberty ranks 7th in the league with an average of 8 offensive rebounds per game, while the Mercury struggle in this area, ranking 11th with 6.7 offensive rebounds per game. Breena Stewart has been stepping up her scoring in recent games, averaging 21 points over her last 5 outings, which is an improvement over her season averages. The shooting efficiency of both teams also highlights a notable disparity. The Liberty are 2nd in the league with a 52.1 effective field goal percentage, while the Mercury are 5th with a 51% effective field goal percentage. Despite their recognizable names, the Phoenix Mercury have not lived up to expectations this season. Brittney Griner, once a dominant force fresh out of Baylor, remains a solid player but is no longer the star she once was. Although she was part of the Olympic team, her role was primarily as a reserve, and she barely saw any action in the gold medal game. While Griner may be nearing the end of her prime, Diana Taurasi is well past hers. Taurasi's inclusion on the Olympic team felt more like a nod to her illustrious career rather than her current abilities, as she was clearly not among the top 12 players in the country. In contrast, the Liberty's stars, such as Breena Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquil Jones, are all at the peak of their powers, playing some of the best basketball of their careers. It's difficult to predict which version of the Phoenix Mercury will show up on any given night. However, one thing we do know is that the Mercury will have strong support from their home crowd, especially with the Liberty in town for just their 2nd home game since July 11th. The Liberty, on the other hand, are coming off a tough loss to the Sun, but they have been the more consistent team throughout the season. They've only lost back-to-back games once this season, which suggests that they are likely to bounce back here. While it's possible that the Mercury could rise to the occasion and pull off an upset, it's safer to trust the more reliable Liberty in this matchup. The Liberty are the top team in the league and should continue to assert their dominance in this game. Therefore, the New York Liberty to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In their first two meetings this season, these teams have combined to average 175.5 total points, indicating that they should be able to surpass the projected total once again. Both squads are proficient from beyond the arc, with the Mercury ranking 4th in the WNBA with a 34.4% three-point shooting percentage, while the Liberty are close behind in 5th with a 33.9% mark from long range. Additionally, both teams boast impressive offensive ratings throughout the season. New York leads the league with a 106.7 offensive rating, while Phoenix isn't far behind, ranking 4th with a 102.9 offensive rating. Considering these factors, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.